Hello, my name is Brett Park, and in today's video we have something really fun and fresh happening. We are going to be doing a little Q&A moment, okay? A little questions and answers for y'all. So get your waters, a little snack, your sketchbook, maybe you can draw while we have this little conversation. And I'm going to get right into the questions y'all asked me on Instagram. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first question: what got you into making art? Let me set the scene for y'all. It was second grade, elementary school. It was me and a class of 20, and in that group of 20 other people, there was this dude who was known for being a great artist. He would draw roses, animals, and so one day, I was just minding my own business, doing some mathematicals, you know what I mean? I don't know what I was doing, but he goes up to me and he challenges me to a drawing competition. A drawing competition, babes. So the class huddles around us, okay? And by class, I mean the two other people that were in my group. And we set a time limit for 5 minutes and we draw a dolphin. We're both drawing dolphins, okay? We're going at it left and right. Getting our pencils or colored pencils, it's going off, right? I thought I was on fire. But then the timer ends. And we reveal our dolphins, and the audience in front of me chose his dolphin as the better one. That was kind of rude. Something inside me literally died in that moment. So when I went home, I literally started drawing, okay? And every day after that, I started drawing and drawing and drawing, so that one day I'd be able to re-challenge him to a drawing competition and beat his ass. Long story short, we became friends. He moved schools. I never challenged him to an art competition again. And so ever since then, I've kind of explored more of my creativity and just trying to build and create more things. Next question: do you get jealous in art school? Absolutely, okay? I am a very jealous person internally. I look at other people's work and I'm like, shit, that is really good. I wish I could draw like that. But instead of trying to turn that emotion into a negative by roasting their work or being super hateful towards them, I always try to use that emotion to fuel more of my work, to play catch up. So if I see someone who's really good that I really admire in the class, I'm kind of jealous, right? I'm kind of like, shit, that should be me. So I use that as motivation to make me draw every single day, to improve my craft, and to really just get on my hot girl shit and make better pieces of art. What are your favorite art supplies? I'm gonna end up doing a whole entire video on my favorite art supplies, but right now, if I could single it out, it would definitely be this Pentel Graph Gear 1000. This mechanical pencil is just beyond good, and it's not even about the lead, because the lead is the same as every other mechanical pencil. It's really just the Pentel 0.5 lead. However, the component, it feels expensive, it's kind of heavy, it has a little weight to it, and something that's very helpful, it has these little gripper things. And for me personally, I appreciate it because I draw so much where I developed a callus on my ring finger. Oh, I just cramped. I developed a callus on my ring finger. Can you see it? It's like a bump. She's a bump. And so it can get painful sometimes after long drawing sessions. And so those little rubber bumps help alleviate that pain for me. So I like it. We like her. Otto asks, how do you get motivation to draw/paint? I always try to be conscious of not just relying on motivation to keep me drawing. I also rely on discipline. I think there is an overlap between the two, but discipline to me is drawing when you know you just cannot draw. You just don't want to draw at all, you're feeling bad, you're feeling tired, but you force yourself to draw and you have that discipline to just practice one thing. Just draw one little thing every single day, and that discipline will really help you improve. Personally, I'm still working on this discipline aspect. It is a struggle every day, let me tell y'all, but one of the reasons why I really wanted to go to art school instead of just practicing art on my own was because I thought that the deadlines and the structure of classes would really help me build my discipline and build me making art a habit rather than relying on my own motivation to carry me through. Jojo XX Rivera asks, what's your favorite medium and what do you want your art to be remembered for? This is very basic, okay? But my favorite medium right now is oil on canvas. I think it's really simple, it's really fun. I also think that the medium is very therapeutic because the oil paints don't dry fast. It takes a while for them to dry. So I have to be very careful in each brush strokes. I can blend them out really nicely, and I can also practice my patience. I am not a very patient person at all, if you know me. I just want to go, okay? But oil paint forces me to wait in between layers if I want to do indirect paintings and not alla prima. I have to actually wait for everything to dry, which can be a very long and tedious process, but something that kind of keeps my ass in check to be hey, slow down, really think about what you're doing, and be more intentional about what you're creating. And that to me has also improved my craft. To answer the second part of the question, I really want my art to be remembered for sharing my story and my experiences in the world, but also making it so that the message is widely accessible to people and widely relatable. So when I do create a personal message about me not conforming to masculine ideals of my culture, I really want the essence of the painting to just communicate that emotion of feeling inadequate or feeling less than, and for that emotion to just be the one thing people take away from my art, not necessarily my story itself, but just how they feel when they look at my art, and to understand how I felt, to kind of bring a sense of humanity and connection toward different people and strangers. So that's what I hope for in my art. I'm not sure if we're getting there right now, but I hope we get there eventually. Also, my bestie Dulce asked the same question, so I gotta throw her in too. I hope you're doing well, girl. I hope you're doing good. I watch your stories all the time, and a lot of it is crying, but some of it is happy crying, so I hope it balances out. Next question, how long do you think it took you to learn anatomy and how to draw people? This question gets me heated because when I was first applying to art schools, I applied to the most prestigious institution in America for art, okay? The Rhode Island School of Design, also known as RISD. I don't know who the fuck was controlling my brain, but something in my mind told me to submit this. That is god awful. And so when I got rejected, I obviously took the time to look back on my portfolio, and that was the thing that was just so god awful. I could not get my brain around it. I literally could not comprehend why I submitted that or how I thought I could even apply to that school. And so from that point on, I literally practiced figure drawing every single day. You know what I mean? I want to redeem myself in my future works, and now I'm at the point where I look at my figures and I'm pretty content with how they look. Obviously, there's a lot of things wrong, babes. I still need to practice a lot more. But I'm finally in a place where I'm not self-conscious about it, and that took me literally every single day for a year and a half of just drawing figures. So in essence, it just took a lot of practice, a lot of time, a lot of repetition. And if you do want to practice figures and faces, I would totally recommend sketchdailyreferences.com and Pinterest. If you're looking for diverse models and really expanding the breadth of who you're able to draw, as you should, because we're all trying to be more inclusive, I would recommend Pinterest because there's a ton of people from all around the world with different experiences and personal backgrounds that are posting their content, posting themselves, so you really get a wide range of the reference photos you can use. But Sketch Daily Reference is really helpful too because they get really specific in the time you're allowed to draw the reference, categories of references, if you want clothed, nude, they have all that, and it's a free resource to use. So I did practice with that for a lot of time. I would just flip-flop between both of them, and it was good. The next question is from the king Matthew Sorgi. Who is inspiring your work right now? There are so many artists inspiring me right now, but I'd say the top 3 individuals who are really fueling my work is 1, Sasha Gordon. They are an incredible Asian American painter that just graduated actually from the New York Academy of Art. And if y'all don't know, the New York Academy of Art is one of the most prestigious universities, especially for painting. It's one of the top master programs in America. However, just to speak a bit about Gordon's work, it relates a lot about the Asian American experience, cultural identity, sexual identity, and the expression of sexuality and the development of self-concept. They make these pretty large-scale works that are very contemporary, especially in the rendering of the figure. It is so good. The painting is so smooth and buttery. Ugh, I want to see it so badly in person. And they also had a show at the Jeffrey Deitch Gallery, and that's how you know that they're poppin', okay? If anyone is in the Jeffrey Deitch Gallery, you just know they're good, okay? They are well respected in the art world because that gallery is insane. Another fantastic painter is Kehinde Wiley. Y'all may know him for doing Barack Obama's presidential portrait. It was good, it was buttery, it was giving green, right? And what he's most known for are his portraits. Vibrant colors, very saturated, punchy, juicy, all those good stuff. And he's also known for appropriating Renaissance images that have obviously a lot of white models and challenging that by putting in contemporary black figures who are very influential in today's society. So I personally am very interested in that motif and that kind of thingamabob of appropriating these historical paintings and putting in people of color, minorities in general, and underrepresented voices to push inclusion and diversity in contemporary society. So that's what I'm looking at. And the very third person is kind of a wild card, okay? It's Paul Klein. I recently watched an interview, and I'll link it down below, about his take on financial literacy of emerging artists. And even though he didn't go into specifics on how exactly to make it as an artist and how to make money, his perspective on the artists in modern day was just so refreshing to hear, and he was very digestible. Like, he wasn't talking like very big, eloquent terms. He was just talking like everyday, normal vernacular. It's very easy to understand, easy to follow, and it just got me kind of excited. Like, after I finished the video, I was like, shit, I can do this. So that is the plan. I'm gonna grind that shit out. I'm gonna work every day to hopefully become a full-time artist in the future. And that to me was just a super inspiring video that I would highly recommend y'all watch. Devin Wong asks, music playlist recommendations. Y'all, I have a confession. It is so bad. I am not a playlist person. I really wish I was that girly that was just like, yeah, I have a playlist for every mood I'm in, and I can just sift through them and feel good. That is not me. I find one song and I just listen to that song on repeat, and it's kind of awful because I'll love the song and then I'll absolutely hate it and despise it after I'm done draining it of its use, of its meaning. However, right now, that song for me is It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. I don't know why, it just gets me kind of in a good mood, a little good mood to just work in the day, to get my day started. The second song I rotate to as well is Juicy by Notorious B.I.G. I don't know why, I'm in kind of like this old school hip hop phase, and this is very odd for me, okay? I usually listen to like Clairo, Wallows, Conan Gray, Olivia Rodrigo, Ariana Grande, Doja Cat, like very like pop, bedroom pop people. Also everything ABBA, I'll listen to. So good. The next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's funny you ask this, because recently in my sketchbook, I literally wrote down like my 5 to like 7-ish year plan. So I'm just gonna read what I wrote. Let me sift through the pages. I will be represented by a gallery in 5 years, and I'll be living in New York City with the ability to afford a coffee, specifically a vanilla latte with oat milk, every single day, and I'll also have a well-ventilated studio space to work large-scale projects. I think that's pretty solid, kind of ambitious, but that's what I'm hoping for. My goals are very career-based right now, if you couldn't tell. Not many personal things in that sentence, aside from the lattes. But that's what I'm hoping for mainly. That's the goal, that's the grind. Not thinking about too much else. My eyes are on the prize. But also, I really still hope I'm doing YouTube videos, making content, and engaging with people online, because this shit's kind of fun. This is kind of goofy, and I kind of like it. So I really hope I'm doing that in 5 years as well. And the very last question is from She Saw, your mom. That's literally the question. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. Okay, y'all sent this. Y'all literally saw the story, clicked on it, pressed the little box to respond, and just typed out your mom. I think that's fantastic. That's beautiful. So that is a great place to end this video, y'all. So if you like the video, like the video. If you have fun comment, critique, or joke to share, comment down below. And if you like me, my art, or want to follow my journey as an artist in LA, you can subscribe. It's a fun time here, and I think that's the end of the video, y'all. That's the end of the video.